Okay, and welcome back. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use AeroMIDI and the new action cards to trigger beats and change the effects. So, the very first thing I'll do is I'm going to be triggering sets. I'm going to go and click on this action card, and we're going to leave it in the blue group, and it will be called, we'll just call it set 1, and the gesture is going to be a rotate counterclockwise with 2 fingers. The action is going to be just a single start CC event, number 3, in the on position. I have a handy little train button there, so I go into my DAW and I go into MIDI Learn in my DAW and I click on the button I want to train, and then I click train, and when it's trained I hit stop, and then I create my next set, or my next action card, which I'm going to call set 2. Stay in the blue group, default MIDI device, which is AeroMIDI, and when it says AeroMIDI, it means AeroMIDI out. So my DAW or other software is receiving from the AeroMIDI virtual MIDI port. This one is going to be rotate clockwise, any hand, but we're going to set it 1 to 2 as well. And the action will be a start, which is just going to send 1 MIDI CC when the action card is triggered. I'm going to go click on the DAW in order to train it, and then I click train. The DAW is trained, and then I create my next set, which I'll call set 3. Set 3, still in the blue group, and this one we're going to do a swipe down. Oh, and I forgot to set my duration. Make it 0.1 seconds, and we'll make this 0.2 seconds and 0.2 seconds, and then back to set 3. We'll change the action. We're just going to have 1 start action, same kind of thing. Click on it, hit train, it's trained, and we are all done. I'm going to make one more to turn everything off. So this will be a all audio off. It's going to be an up gesture for 0.1 seconds. And CC number 6. And I hit train. The DAW is now trained, and that's good. And now let's try it out. Okay, there's my hand. Now I have 5 fingers currently, so nothing's going to happen. If I try and do a rotate, it's not. You see the little rotate circle showing that it's recognizing a gesture, but it can't do anything until it's down to 2 fingers. So I go to 2 fingers, and now I can do this. Off. There we go. That's all set on quantization of 1/2 notes. I can also go to a lower quantization like 1/8 notes. So here we go. Okay, so that's a little bit on triggering sets. Now another fun thing we can do is create another action card, and this one we'll call effects. but we changed the group to be yellow, so a different group, so it's always on. And it doesn't really matter what gesture it is because we want it to always be on, so we'll just make it start by a rotate. And we're going to make it 4 to 5 fingers though. So it's got to do a clockwise rotate with 4 to 5 fingers to turn this on. Oh, this one should have been 1 to 2 fingers. Oops. Okay. So these are all any hand too, by the way. Okay, so I am going to now set up a couple actions here. We're going to do roll and pitch. Now these are orientations of the way you're holding your hand. The roll is actually around the z-axis, so as you can see from left to right, basically you're rolling just like your airplane is banking. Pitch would be like an airplane is diving. So this is pitch, forward and back, or forward and back, and roll like that. So now I need to go and train this in my DAW, which I've got ready. And I hit edit, and I go into this, AeroMIDI learn, brightness, and tinniness. Okay, so I will hit train. There we go. Oh. Okay. So now I'm going to bring this little EQ and let's put this down. Oops. Where's my easy cue? There it is. So as you can see, my EQ is moving as I rotate my hand from left to right, rolling it. It changes from dark to bright. If I move it forward, warm to tinny. And of course I can have that reverse. If I don't want it to be, if I want forward to be tinny, I can go into the effect action card, and on the pitch click the reverse option. So now when I go forward, it goes to tinny, just like that. So pitching forward goes to tinny and back to warm. All right, so let's go out of edit mode here and let's try this out. So I'm going to turn on my effects so I need 4 to 5 fingers. So I rotate 4 to 5 fingers, and it actually was already on. I move it left, right. Now I go to 2 fingers. Now as you notice, it's not changing the parameters right now. I go back to 5. When I keep it there, I go to 2. It won't change if I only have 2 fingers. Okay, well that shows a little bit of how you can use action cards, groups, turning on events or turning on triggering loops or clips, as well as changing the effects depending on the number of fingers. So that's that tutorial. Thanks for watching.